Good morning, YouTube. Thank you once again for tuning in. I am Dkhairho, and you are now watching The Morning Coffee.
The morning coffee.
So as usual, I'll let y'all in on the start of my beat making process. I never like to make videos just going through everything because I think they last too long, especially in my workflow. I don't really like to rush because I kind of create the music in my head as well as rap in my head. So I'm always doing like different parts. So this is just something that I'm working on right now, and it's just really simple, man. Loving that kick though. That kick is heavy. That bottom end on that kick is heavy. Just simple. Gonna change this clap here. I want a tighter clap or maybe some type of snare. But you guys know I got MS, right? Multiple sclerosis. So a lot of conversation has been going on lately. I don't know. My mood's kind of different today, but because I've been approached with questions surrounding the whole Drake and Pusha T beat. Did I say Pusha T. Gotta get that hood in there. And it's surrounding what he said about 40. 40 is Drake's producer, and he has multiple sclerosis. I don't like to say suffers from because I think anyone who is able to get up and make movement, they may have something, but they're not necessarily suffering. That's a strong word, especially when you're dealing with conditions. It gets in your head and make you feel like you're weaker than your circumstances. But my brother hit me up the other day and asked me if I'd heard that diss track. I told him I heard it. He asked me how I felt because he felt some type of way about it because his big bro, has multiple sclerosis, and my brother Threezy, we sometimes laugh and joke about me having a condition, but I know that it bothers him and my other brother as well as my sister and the rest of our family because I was stronger than this at a point, meaning that I don't feel that I'm weaker. I feel that I get tired a lot, or I'm mentally drained and stressed, and this is why even I created my YouTube channel because depression was kind of setting in, especially after I had to leave work. And then me and my boy was even talking about it, and he thinks it's a dope line. I do too. But I told him, yeah, I feel some type of way, man. It kind of stabbed me when I heard it, only because I know how serious of a condition it is. Nothing personal against Push. In fact, man, I'll be 43 this year. I like to tell my age, man, because I look so young. But I'll be 43 this year, man, and I've experienced an earful of diss track diss tracks. Probably one of my favorites would be No Vaseline by Ice Cube when he went at NWA, and of course the NWA started that by going at Cube. Another one that stood out for me was I don't know if it was as serious as it may have sounded, but I think it was more fun to, when LL and Kool Moe Dee was going at it, LL and Cannabis. I think LL probably shut Cannabis down, but then you go back to the real Roxanne going against Roxanne Shante, MC Shan and KRS-One, the bridge is over type movement. Man, we had a lot, man. Pac and Biggie is just, might as well bring it up only because of the fact of don't want to miss out on them, but everybody know what that led to. That led to a battle of Coast, man. That really got serious. And then we got my man 50, man, going at Ja Rule. I think that 50 kind of shut Ja down, man. I mean, we can't deny it. And 50 goes after anybody. He don't care. But it's all in fun. It's all in fun. Of course, the Pac and Biggie thing, I think, went a little bit too far because of the fact that what we saw on the outside was more drastic than what it might have been going on the inside. And I say that only because of the fact that I think it became, not only did it end deadly, but I think that people on the outside really took that beef to another level. And even when what Dre and Snoop went at Easy and it's so many beefs that we can go through. And I'm only speaking on my age group. Of course, I know that there's a lot of beefs in the modern day, but I think for the modern day that stands out for me, I mean, I gotta bring up Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj just because, like I said, they fly in my head. Of course, my videos are never rehearsed, so as I speak, I think. But man, that Pusha T line, man. I know he said it because Drake, mentioned his wife's name. I don't think it was as serious as probably Pac saying what he said about Faith. Didn't really say her name, but we knew who he was talking about, right? Because we knew who he was aiming at, which was Biggie. So we knew who Biggie's wife was. But there's a lot of lines that came over the years that you'd be like, whoa, he said that. And everything that Push said in that diss track, man, like I was rocking to it, man. And as soon as he said what he said about 40, hunched over like he's 80, 666, I was like, whoa. I was like, man. And then the line with, the 666, I was like, I'm guessing he telling us all he's separating himself. Whatever you think how nice his brother is, he ain't that nice. So he took that jab, man. But in mess, man, it's I don't even like to go scientific with it, but if you know anything about MS, you know that it attacks your nervous system. You know that it causes fatigue, it causes depression, it causes numbness. I have each of those and some other ones that I care not to speak on camera about. But I think that I'm blessed in the sense of I'm still here. I'm still functioning. I still have a positive outlook on life, which I'm sure that 40 has. And so even when people say certain things like your mama jokes, like your mama's so fat, she bigger than the world or whatever. I don't know what they say. Your mama's so fat, she can't fit on a bed. In little high school, elementary lines that you were saying. Then of course you get into high school and they get a little bit deeper. And then when you becoming adults, they sometimes lead into situations that go serious, especially depending on what you touch on. Of course, we're supposed to have thick skin, man, and sometimes people will say something that sticks and stones, but words can never hurt me type thing. But sometimes words can hurt, and I think that they don't bother you. Certain lines don't bother you as much as people may think, but you be like, damn, can he be that heartless? Can he be so upset at this dude here that he's putting me in the mix of it? I really don't know how 40 felt I'm saying outside of what he said, out in the open. I think that a lot of times we may appear or try to come off in a way where it's over the head. It's neither here nor there. But deep down inside, man, what you feel inside is the different thing. And that's what happened when I heard that line, man. I just like I said, I don't hate Push, man. I don't. I think he's dope, and I think he came with it. Matter of fact, I think that was a shutdown line for everything, and only because of the fact that it just went. I don't care about you, nobody you associate yourself with. It's on. It's like warfare now, and all is fair in love and war, right? But there are some rules, even in war, even in the hood, man. Even in the gangbang thing. Y'all know my background. There's rules. Well, there used to be rules. The rules have changed, of course, over the years, but they're rules, man. It's you have some levels of respect in it. But like I said, lines were crossed, whether they were for fun or whatever, man. But I think that whole diss track, man, set the bar higher than anybody could imagine it would go. Meaning, thought wise, like it just took everybody back to the drawing board. Like, what is Drake gonna say next? Should he say something, or should 40 say something, or what happened? So then you had Jay Prince get involved, and big homies always. And those of you that's from the hood, y'all know what the big homies do when they come in. So he shut it down, and of course he said that Drake had lines against Kanye and Push that were probably in their careers. Who knows? We don't know if he was just saying it to make Drake feel better, because Drake, I'm sure as the homie, man, you kind of felt some type of way. But Jay Prince is someone respected in the game, so of course you can't go against what he says, man, if you really want to keep it real. And I just have to say, man, that the line did touch me and make me feel some type of way, and it's only because of the fact that I know that each day I get up, I'm blessed, because there could be a day, and God forbid, and I pray against it all the time, but we live with a condition that says, yeah, you can walk today, tomorrow you may not be able to walk tomorrow, or tomorrow everything you may shut down. Some people take a lot of medicine, some people only take a few medications, man. But we hurt every day, man. Every day my left side of my body's aching me in some type of way. It's always tight, especially in my hands, and in my legs and my feet. Some days I can't breathe. The breath is not the same as far as me taking it in, and it's just a lot of stuff, man. It's just a lot of mental stuff you got to deal with, man. So when you have somebody that knows your condition, and maybe Push don't really know the details of how this affects an individual. Maybe he only knows it's because it's kind of like when Pac went at Prodigy, about the sickle cell. We know Pac was heartless, but we also know that Pac had a heart at the same time too. So was it just something to say to kind of a verbal blow? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to hit you physically, but I'm going to hit you verbally. And I'm going to touch a nerve. I'm going to touch a nerve to see what you going to do, especially because you think you so tough. And maybe that's what Push did with the whole, the whole Drake diss. We really don't know, man. Like I said, people, we all say things on the outside. But we never know what people are really feeling on the inside, especially amongst men, because we have this mindset that we have to appear a certain way in the public eye. So even if things may bring us to tears on the inside, we don't necessarily like to push them out. But I'll speak for myself. That line was big. It hit me, and the song wasn't even about me, but I know how many people suffer from this condition, man. It's like it's always been around, but now it's like more out in the open. Like, more people are either coming up with it or speaking on it. And I got diagnosed in 2007, and they said it could have been dormant for 14 years prior to that. But I did And it's weird, man. I did a detox that they said could have jolted my body. So it's weird. Of course, we don't know where MS comes from. I still have my mercury fillings in my mouth, which they say you should get rid of. But I did change my diet. As far as I know that aspartame is linked to aspartame poisoning, which has MS type symptoms. And then one of the medications that they had me on, because I also suffer from migraines, it was causing me to have MS type symptoms. So we don't know. We don't know where it comes from, but I can tell you firsthand, it affects you. Every day I get up, my motivation, let me get on YouTube or let me make a beat or let me do some graphic work because it's a mental therapy for me. I don't really like to go to those, those social groups regarding it because it nothing against it. It just makes you feel a certain way when you see what you could end up being, or you see like, dang man, this dude is or this woman is feeling this way or going through this, man, and I don't even have it like that. It kind of makes you feel saddened on the inside, which affects you. Your mood can also affect your condition. But yeah, man, like I said, this video ain't a long one, man. But I can tell you that I'm sure for anyone with MS who heard that line, they were affected. It's not one of those things. I mean, you could say that you don't care or it meant nothing, but man, when I heard it, I was like, wow, you gotta be either pissed off or really want to shut this whole thing down. Like, now what you got? Like, that was a Mike Tyson. I'm talking Mike Tyson in his prime. That was a Mike Tyson in his prime type of jab. And it's just weird how, like I said, 40 was brought into it. Of course, I get because Push felt that, Drake was going after people close to him, producer wise, family wise, etc. So he said, okay, I'm gonna show you how real hoods go at it. And I think that in this whole thing, like Drake could definitely keep it on the mic. I know that what we see from Push, he's one of those guys that if there is beef, he'll take it off the mic. And of course, there'll be a lot of individuals that'll step up to the plate to have the back of both MCs, but whether it be peace wise or war wise. So like I said, I don't think that anyone went out like a punk. I don't think that Push really meant it in a devilish way, even though the 666 line was thrown in there. I have a lot of friends that play with that. Of course, I don't play with it, but basically that just saying that there's no heart in this. There's no God in this. Like, God ain't on my conscience when I'm speaking. And it's just taking it to that serious level. But like I said, I just don't play with the 666 thing. But in addition to that, I've been in rap battles where I would tell dudes, yeah, I'm gonna knock you out, and I take off, boom, I'll straight hit them, especially back in the day when we used to have the ciphers in high school. So we don't know what people thinking when they're on the battle rap tip or the diss track tip. Me and Max, best friend, we used to do diss tracks about each other. Matter of fact, did a whole album dissing friends, but we just do it for fun. We do it for fun because we like to motivate to each other to get on the mic, man. So it just depends, man. And it's funny because it's like you bagging, and I know when me and my boy do it, we just be bagging on each other, but through songs. But it's not stuff that we don't say to each other if we were, in the same room. So we don't know, what led to this. We can only go by what we see out in the open and assume that that's what led to this. That was, led to that. But I think it was a good thing to really kind of put a hope on some of the things that were said. Now, of course, I would like to see a Drake response, but I don't know if it's I don't know, man. I don't know where we'll go after that. How do you respond after somebody shut everything down like that without it leading to either something physical or leading to career suicide on either part? Who knows? I mean, it could have even went to the point where it could have been career suicide for Push if because of what he said. You know, I mean, we see what happened with Roseanne Barr's situation. We see what happens with a lot of things that people say that end everything. So we got to look at it from that perspective. But like I say, not a long video, man. But yes, for anybody who was wondering, yes, that line like that to me. But I'm a survivor, man. I'm good. Like I said, I may be diagnosed, but for the most part, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, and I know that God doesn't owe me anything. So when I wake up every day, man, it's thank you to the Most High, because no day is promised. So yeah, man. Just know that some things do hurt. Words sometimes can hurt, and cut deeper than others. So that's what that's at. Oh, y'all want to hear the beat again? Hold up. All right, I'm out. Now that was some good coffee. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, cruise around the channel and check out some others. Also, hit that subscribe button for your boy. Once again, I am Dkhairho. Plug in, get connected. We are TMR.
Dkhairho did this.